putting a triangle tip on one of my Cohen shafts. It is big enough. It's pretty close. So, but if I get it centered, it's big enough. That's why this stuff is out. So I'm putting this triangle on my Cohen because I want to try it. The Cohen already hits pretty well, but I haven't played with it enough to know if it's great or whatever. I want to put the triangle on it. I didn't want to do the experiment just with the Southwest shaft right off the bat. The Southwest, like I've already said in my tip video, hits fine, plays fine, but I do wonder if it could be better. The two Cohen shafts that I have are pretty darn similar as far as hit goes. One of them's got the Navigator soft, I think, and now the other one's going to have this triangle. Of course, I'm comparing a harder tip to a soft tip, but I just play with them and just kind of see, maybe get an idea of if I want to rip off this tip for my main Southwest shaft and put on a triangle. It's not like it's a big, huge, giant deal. I have other ultra skin tips I could put on if I don't like it, but with the ultra skins, it's a pain because they're cylindrical. They're completely cylindrical. There's no rounding on the top, which means I put a tip on, I got to round it off, and that's always been the hardest part for me, is to get a good round shape, dome type shape. The triangles have that already. They come like pressed already into that dome shape. I'm guessing they're cut as well, already in that shape. And so that could be cool. That could be a real time saver right there, So this is my Cohen, and I put the triangle on it. I've only had it on a little while. I'm shooting with the Cohen, which is still fairly, haven't hit that damn many balls with it. But just kind of trying to get a feel for, is this a decent tip or not? I tell you what, it was really nice to not have to round off the top. Of course, I had it with the Willards, but it took about a minute, whereas with the Ultra Skins, it was taking 5-10 minutes to do that. So I haven't shot with this Cohen enough to be able to say, oh, this tip is better than the Navigator that was on it. Isn't this damn cute pretty? It just freaking is, I think what I'm going to have to do, and I may even still do it tonight, is I may just bite the bullet, take my main Southwest shaft, and put a triangle on it. I'm of the mind right now that even though this is my prettiest cue, and it's not too ostentatious and all that, it's still got that street cred thing with the Southwest. Still got that. I'm of the mind that that's going to stay my main cue. At this point, I bought the Sean, I bought the Rundy Sean, the Tascarella, and now this, and they were all in theory supposed to be contenders, and none of them have been. None of them seriously have been, and it's been mainly because of that street cred stuff. Of course, the Tascarella wasn't really playable because it needs some weight added to it. When I get it back, maybe that opinion will change, but I'm not expecting it to. I'm expecting that the street cred that I have for the Southwest is going to continue to essentially trump everything else. And that means that I should put a triangle on that shaft. I've been playing with that cue for 10 months now, I guess. I'm semi-fairly used to it. Some days more than others, it seems like. But I ought to be able to make that comparison fairly quickly, in theory. If I put a triangle on it, is it better now, or is it worse than it was, or is it exactly the same? I think that's what I'm going to do. I think while I'm in the mood, I'm going to take that Southwest shaft. It actually needs to be cleaned a little bit anyway. and take that out of commission while I swap the tip and clean it, and just see what happens. Oh, and this tip just flew off. So that sucks. I'm glad it didn't destroy my ferrule when it did it, but man, it came off in one piece. That sucks. Does that happen because I didn't have enough glue on it? Honestly, don't know. Hell, I shaped it and everything, and it was fine. It didn't come off when I was shaping it, scraping the sides and all that shit. It comes off when I'm shooting. Very weird and not very fun. And you know what? I'm going to take that as a sign. I'm going to take that as a sign that I shouldn't be replacing that triangle on my south push. I should not be putting a triangle on my south push yet. Because here I'm sitting here talking about it, and this thing flies off. If that's not some kind of an omen, I'm not sure what is.